Hi friends, it's Celeste, and today we are back with more Animal Crossing New Horizons. Now today I thought we could do a quick little island update because I have been putting in a lot of work recently. I have been terraforming up a storm, I've been laying some paths, building inclines and bridges, moving all my houses and buildings around, so I think I finally have my layout down. I have everything where I think I want it to be. Might make a few tweaks here and there if when I start decorating things don't look as I planned them to look. But for now, everything is perfect. Everything is where I want it, and I'm ready to start decorating. Now, if you're new here, which hello, welcome, my theme is Pride and Prejudice 2005, as you can see by my Lizzie Bennet fit here. And I'm gonna have nods to other Jane Austen works, but Pride and Prejudice is my favorite. The 2005 version of the movie is my favorite movie of all time, and I thought that it would be beautifully emulated through an Animal Crossing island. So that is what I am doing. I'm gonna have little pieces of my island be a nod to the movies, so when I walk around and kind of show you everything, if I don't specifically say what something is, it's because I want to introduce that area in a very specific way because it pays homage to the movie. So what we're going to do in this video is we're going to take a look at my map to show you how everything looks. We're going to do a quick little run around my island, even though it's kind of a mess right now. And then, because I don't want my island to be set in May, because everything's just too bright, we are going to time travel back to the beginning of March to see what everything looks like in that kind of color palette, and then we're going to do another walk around. So let's jump into it. Please excuse my cat in the background if you can hear him. He doesn't take too kindly of being locked out of my room and not being able to jump up on my lap while I'm recording. So if you hear him meowing in the background, he's just angrily yelling at me. Anyways, this is my map. I am in love with it. I am so excited for it. I love every bit of it. Now, obviously, these are not my final villagers. I think the only one that I had on my list from my island before was Marshall, and even so, I don't know if he'll end up in the final cut. But yeah, these are all my villagers. Last video we got Whitney, and the funniest thing, I was playing like a day or two after I uploaded that video, and Lily came into my campsite. So obviously I had to get her because we saw her twice on my last villager hunt, and I love her so much. So Lily's on the island, and then one of my OG villagers, which one? Bubbles. Yes, Bubbles left, and I found Eric in 4 tickets, so had to take him. But yeah, these are all the villagers we have on here so far. I don't know how many of them will last, if any, but yeah. So let's do a run through. Now this is my house area. I have a very specific idea in mind for here, but I've kind of started like playing around with how it'll look. Sorry, I need to get this balloon. It's bothering me. I'm probably not going to put me missing that first bit in the video. Who knows? But yeah, this is like my side / backyard, and I have kind of an idea for it. I think you can guess it, but it pays homage to the movie, so I'm not going to go into details. Here is my front walk. Now, if you have watched Pride and Prejudice 2005, whoops. If you have watched that movie, you know that the Bennet house has like this kind of fencing and 2 gigantic cedar trees in front of it, or evergreens, or whatever. So that's what I'm trying to do here. Obviously, I have a lot of decorating to do, but I just started kind of throwing things here. I'm testing out this path, and I'm hoping it'll look nicer in the other grass that I want to do, because I'm just having such a hard time finding a grass that looks good. with kind of the theme that I'm going for. I'm very particular. That's my dog. I'm very particular. So hopefully it looks good with the grass of early March. I'm gonna do something here for the movie. Here, I think I'm literally just gonna do a bunch of wheat fields and call it a day. Like, honestly, I don't know what to put here. Over this bridge. Over here, in this big area, I've got a whole bunch of flowers. And I think I'm gonna do just like a flower field. Like, just do a bunch of different colored flowers. Like, obviously, I have a very specific palette in mind. And I will put up the little cards that I found on Pinterest. Because I found on Pinterest character color palettes for Pride and Prejudice. So I have like a Lizzie palette, I have a Mr. Darcy palette, and I have a Lizzie and Darcy palette. And that's kind of what I'm going off of for my color palette for this island. So it's full of like neutrals, and Lizzie's color palette has like neutrals and greens, and Darcy's has neutrals and blues. So I'm kind of doing a mainly neutrals but pops of green and blue. So probably this field is not gonna include the purple and pink flowers, but who knows what it'll look like in the end. But the reason I wanted to do a flower field is because right next to Able Sisters, I am going to do, like, I've seen the little pop-up shops or like little flower carts that people make using the shop or the storefronts. That's what they're called, the storefronts. So I think I'm gonna make like a little pop-up flower shop there, and then this is gonna be like the shop's flower field or whatever. Right here, I'm gonna do lots of like dresses and like ribbons and things like that to kind of be like the store's stock, because if you have watched the movie, there's a scene where Lizzie and her sisters, they go to the ribbon shop to get ribbons for Mr. Bingley's ball. So I kind of want to make Able Sisters into kind of the ribbon shop or like the dressmakers for the town. So I'm gonna have some dresses, like I'm gonna find some codes for other dresses that look like the ones from the movie, like the one I'm wearing, and have them sitting here with like lots of boxes of like shoes and ribbons and things like that, whatever I can find. And then here is my entrance. It's the most decorated place on this island. I can't tell if I like how cluttered it is or if it's too cluttered for me, but this is kind of what I'm going for so far. And the reason why it looks quite a bit more rough is because I kind of want this to look like, you know, like the rural entrance into town. Because a lot of the people in those days, like in the movie, live on the outskirts of town, and then you just come into town for like shopping and whatever else. So I wanted this to kind of be like, oh, this is the path to town. So that's why, you know, I have it like this. So we'll see if I change anything in here, but so far I like it. This is my little thing here. I don't know if I like it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to change it, but yeah. I've kind of started decorating beside Nook's Cranny, just adding like little things to make it look like, you know, they just got like a stock delivery. So I kind of like it so far. I need to go to a treasure island to get more things, to be honest. This over here is my massive flower dump. I am mostly going to be using white flowers, but I finally got some green mums to use as like accents. So yeah, that is what this is. I don't know what I'm doing in this area yet, but I will figure it out. Right here, I think I'm going to do like a little bookshop because, you know, it's a book that the movie that I'm doing an island on is based off of. And the opening scene of the movie is Lizzie reading a book. So she needs to get them from somewhere. So this is where she's getting them from. And over here, this area is going to be an apple orchard. As you know, if you've watched any of my videos on starting islands, I like apples as my island fruit, and I very rarely get it as my island fruit. But It's kind of a silly reason why I wanted an apple orchard, because there's a scene where Lizzie is with her aunt and uncle and they're taking a break on their like journey and she's eating an apple. That's the only thing that I wanted to do with the apple orchard, is like be like, Lizzie ate an apple one time in the movie, therefore I'm making an apple orchard. Okay, behind here is an empty space that I don't know what I'm doing with, but up here we have my campsite, and I got this path that makes it look like you're like walking up steps, and I really love it. So that's what I did here. It took me forever to finagle it, but because I just am hopeless. But yeah, and I did something cool with my trees, or I tried to. So it's kind of like you're walking up a hill, right? So I did my trees, I stunted them at certain levels so it looks like, you know, the trees get bigger as you go up the hill, you know? Like it's kind of like an optical illusion type of thing. And I'm gonna fill this area more because it's very sparse right now, but I thought it looked really cool to like try and stunt them and make it look like, oh, this is like a regular sized tree, and then you go up and it's like, oh, there's massive trees up here because we're at the top of the hill, and you know, this is a massive tree at the bottom of the hill, you know? So that's kind of what I was trying to do here. I've got to fill this area in and decorate it more, but yeah, that's what we got going on over here so far. Now over here, a little pond, cute little pond. This is my museum, which I am trying to emulate Pemberley, like Mr. Darcy's home. So, you know, we got the fountain, we got the brick, and whatever. And I did these two inclines like this because that's kind of how his, like, little platform in front of his house is like there's two inclines on either side. And that's kind of what I was trying to do here. And I'm trying to fill it very full with, like, trees and stuff. So that's what I was trying to do. And this pond here, there's reference in the movie to his like fish pond that he has in front of his home. So I was just trying to make like a little fish pond. So let's go quickly down this way to our secret beach. And yeah, that's our path to our secret beach. There's nothing really there so far. We got one little cheeky house here and this little area up here that I'm not going to tell you what I'm trying to do with it because spoilers. We also have this little area here that I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do with it because spoilers. And let's quickly go down here. We got a lake and CJ. So it's a really nice lake. You know, this part is kind of like, you know, it's not really a big part of the movie, but it's also a big part of the movie. So I'll just tell you anyways. So if you've watched the movie, you know, there's a part of it where Mr. Bingley comes to propose to Jane at the end of it. And like he kind of chickens out and runs off to like the edge of this lake with Darcy, and Darcy's like in his way giving him a pep talk, and they're at the edge of this lake and you can see a house in the distance. That's what I'm doing here. It's just a simple little thing for the movie. Let's go back over here. Up here we got a cheeky little house. I don't know what I'm doing for decoration up here, but yeah, that's what we got. And this is kind of like a bigger neighborhood area. Got these two houses here. You go up, got another cheeky little pond. We've got some houses, more houses, little lake. Okay, that was unnecessary. There's the little bridge. I don't know what I'm going to do to decorate this little area, but it's here. I thought about putting a house in there, but it's just too small and I didn't want to redo anything, so it's just a little area that I'll figure out what to do with. Ignore all my weeds. Please don't focus on them. Don't look at them. They're not there. We got another little house here. The reason I wanted a peninsula like this is specifically to put a house on it, because I saw a picture on Instagram or Pinterest or wherever, and it had a really cute like little design aspect, and I wanted to recreate it. I will put it up on the screen now. Ignore the fact that I just ran into a tree. Please, thank you. All right, so we have looked over my island, ignoring the beaches because they don't really matter. So now I think I'm going to time travel back to early March and find the grass that I want, and then we'll come back and we'll just kind of maybe look at one or two little areas of my island with the grass that I like, and we can see kind of where the end result is going to be. All right, friends, we are back. We are on March 3rd at around 7 a.m. I think this is the grass that I want. So let's take a look at my entrance, because that's the most decorated, and, you know, around my house and a couple other little areas just to see how they look and see if this is a winner for the island. Now, looking at this grass, it definitely blends better with like this grass path, not grass path. It definitely blends better with this color of grass. I think when it gets like lighter out, not like quite dawn, it might, I don't know. It might look a little bit too browny. I don't know. We'll see. But so far I'm liking it. Another reason I wanted to go this far back is because of the tree color and the color of the bushes. I really like this like deep green, and I think it really goes with my aesthetic that I'm going for. All right. Yes, I love the color of these ones. Let's look at my entrance. The leaves on the path might be a little bit too bright, but they also kind of match the leaves on a lot of the flowers, so it might be okay to have them that bright. If it bothers me, I might just switch to an all dirt path instead of like just a plain dirt path and then a dirt path with leaves, because I currently have two different dirt paths that I'm using. One with leaves, one without, and I'm just kind of interchanging them. So if the brightness of the leaves bothers me, I might just use the all dirt one. But I'm really, really liking how this looks so far. Like, really liking it. Let's just run around other areas here. Like, that looks good. Yeah, see, this path looks really nice, but we'll see if it blends nice during the day. I really like how it looks with the apples. Let's go up here. Ooh, yes, this looks nice. I like this. I think this might be the time period. It might not be the time of day. Like, I wanted to check like sunrise just because some of the TikToks and like videos that I make on this island might be at an earlier time of day. So that's why I wanted to check it, but it looks really nice so far. I'm really happy with it. And of course the weeds are my favorite weeds. Ooh, I love the little steam coming off of the lake. That's cute. All right, friends, I think that is where I'm going to end the video today. I hope you have liked this little update on Austen and, you know, enjoyed seeing where I'm going with things, hearing the few ideas that I have shared, and, you know, seeing the vision that I kind of have and all that. I think my next video, I'm either going to do a villager hunt where we start looking for our end game villagers here on Austen, or I'm going to do a decorating video if I have time to figure out which one I'm doing and getting all the things from a treasure island, because who has time to get all those items? Vanilla, not me. I have 2 kids, can't do it. So if I have time to do a treasure island haul, maybe I'll do a decorating video, but I will do a poll on my community tab, probably the day after I upload this, to see what you kind of are feeling more this time around. If you want to hang out with me on any of my other social media platforms, they will be linked in the description as always. I am most active on Twitter, but it's mostly just lurking, so If you want to follow me on there, follow me on there, and maybe you'll occasionally see me tweet out some food that I made. If you like me and you like my content, please hit subscribe. If you like this video, please hit the like button, and if you want to hear more from me here on YouTube, hit the bell icon to be notified when I post a video. And with that, I will see you in the next one. Bye!